In the end, Sahil Khurana lost everything. His family, dead. His name, declared a symbol of terrorism. His nation hunted him like a monster. Reporters overlapping with news stories. Sahil Khurana, responsible for the destruction of Sector 9.
Reporter 2. The terrorist known as the system host remains missing. Reporter 3. Citizens are ordered to shoot on sight. Sound. Static distortion. Narrator. But the cruelest betrayal didn't come from humanity. Silence. It came from the system itself. Sound. System error sound. System voice. Host compatibility insufficient. Searching for a superior vessel. Sahil. Shocked, weak voice. What? No. You said I was chosen. Sound. Laboratory ambience. Narrator. While Sahil fought to survive, the scientists secretly created something forbidden. A perfect clone. Built from Sahil's DNA. Enhanced beyond human limits. But nobody expected the clone's synchronization rate with the system to reach 100%.
While Sahil was only 80% compatible. You were merely a temporary host. You were never worthy of the system. I sacrificed everything. My family, my future, for humanity. And humanity hated you for it. The blade pierced straight through Sahil's chest. Sahil's body froze. Blood slowly fell onto the cold floor. And the world remained silent. Pathetic. You died believing you were the hero. Sahil collapsed onto the ground. His breathing grew weaker and weaker. So, this is the end.
Flashbacks. His mother smiling. His younger sister laughing. Nova calling his name. For a moment, he wanted to cry. But no tears came out anymore. I saw Hole slowly looking toward the sky. I was tired. His eyes slowly began to close. The boy who once wanted to save the world could no longer hold on. And then Sahil Khurana took his final breath. Hidden protocol activated. In the endless void, silence consumed everything. A broken man stood alone on a battlefield drowned in blood. The sky burned crimson. Destroyed cities stretched endlessly across the horizon. Mountains of corpses covered the earth. Humanity had abandoned him. The system had betrayed him. And the monster wearing his own face had taken everything from him. Then, a voice echoed across the darkness. Humans created artificial systems to surpass the limits of humanity. They created intelligence. They created power. But they failed to create one thing: a soul. The voice grew colder. An artificial system can calculate emotions. It can imitate loyalty, but it can never understand sacrifice. Images flashed through the void. Betrayal, suffering, war.
A little girl crying helplessly, and a man standing alone against the end of the world. Even after losing everything, he still chose to protect humanity. The voice spoke once again. So now, I shall create a system beyond human understanding. A system not born from logic, but from the very origin of existence itself. Suddenly, a blinding light exploded across the endless darkness. System initializing. Origin system activated. And somewhere, in another timeline, a broken young man slowly opened his eyes beneath a flickering streetlight in the cold alleys of Old Delhi.
Chapter 1: The Boy Who Lost Everything. Cold wind brushed against Sahil's face as distant thunder echoed across the night sky. For a few seconds, his vision remained blurry. Then, slowly, everything became clear. The narrow alley, the broken walls, the rainwater flowing through the streets. And standing beneath the flickering streetlight, Koil Rator. Beside her stood Ranjit Roy with the same arrogant smirk Sahil could never forget. The two burst into laughter. The same cruel laughter. The same mocking eyes. For a moment, Sahil stood completely still. His fingers tightened around the small parcel in his hands. Every laugh felt like a blade tearing into his chest. Dreams, love, sacrifices. Everything had become a cruel joke.
Without saying a single word, Sahil lowered his gaze and walked past them in silence. With every step, his soul felt heavier. Flashback. Memories flooded his mind like a violent storm.
Sahil's parents were among the most respected people in the country. His father was the owner of Nexus, a billion-dollar business empire. His mother controlled one of India's largest beauty corporations. Together, they had built an empire powerful enough to influence the world itself. Then, one day, they vanished, without a trace. No explanation, no bodies, no clues. And the moment they disappeared, the people closest to them seized everything. The companies, the wealth, the power. Overnight, Sahil Khurana, the rightful heir to a global empire, was thrown onto the streets. The accident. Lost in thought, Sahil walked through the rain-soaked road. Suddenly, a speeding Mercedes came rushing toward him. Before he could react, crash! His body was sent flying across the road. Blood spread across the wet pavement. Let the poor guy die. In this world, if you want to survive, you need money. No one called an ambulance. No one stepped forward. Sahil simply lay there helplessly as darkness slowly consumed his consciousness. hospital room. Hours later, Sahil regained consciousness beneath the cold white lights of the hospital room. Pain exploded throughout his body with every breath. He tried to move his legs. Nothing. No sensation. No movement. Fear instantly filled his eyes. The doctor standing beside the bed lowered his head slightly before speaking. Sahil, your legs have been permanently damaged. They can no longer be healed. Those words shattered the last piece of hope inside him. It felt as if someone had pushed
him into an endless abyss. No light, no future, only suffocating darkness. Tears streamed down his face. He was broken. Completely broken. My daughter. My little Sneha.
What will happen to her now? How will I take care of her? His trembling eyes slowly shifted toward the corner of the room. There sat his 5-year-old daughter, Sneha. Silky hair, soft fair skin, beautiful innocent eyes. But today, those eyes were filled with tears. She tightly held her father's hand with her tiny fingers, terrified he would disappear too. Sahil's heart shattered into pieces. At that exact moment, his phone vibrated. Notification. Your loan of 5 lakh rupees has not been repaid on time. Your house will be seized by 5 p.m. today. Everything came rushing back. The loan he had taken for his marriage. The sacrifices he had made trying to build a future. And the blind trust he had placed in Coil. Now, he had no legs. His house was about to be taken away. And soon, even his daughter could be taken from him. Sahil slowly closed his eyes in despair. Then suddenly, ping! A strange notification sound echoed through the silent hospital room. His eyes snapped open. A glowing blue light reflected across his face. Tears still streamed down his cheeks. But this time, there was something else hidden inside his broken eyes. A storm. A question. A burning fire. Life had taken everything from him. But somewhere far beyond human understanding, something had finally noticed him. Author's note. Some people break after losing everything. Others become monsters. But sometimes, a broken soul becomes something far more terrifying. And this is only the beginning.